Hey, and welcome to another edition of Froggy Tea Time. This is for your weekly guidance, and this is always going to be a weekly guidance for the Froggy Tea Time for you guys, especially the ones who are new here to my channel. I do hope you like these videos, and if you do, please consider subscribing and joining our Happy Frog family. This week's Froggy Tea Time is going to be done a little bit differently because I had an idea to break it down into some sections for you guys to give you some general messages, some messages for just guidance for overall with those general messages, as well as some friendship, new soulmate friends coming in, or anything you guys can do to help some friends out currently this week, as well as some extra financial guidance, and then also some general what you most need to know tea for the week, like I like to give you guys with my Alice in Wonderland tea cards. So without further ado, we're going to jump in just a second. Your choices this week are Oscar, Baby Jasper, and what my husband loves to call the big black ball of doom. I'm sorry, but I find it really funny when he calls it the big black ball of doom. It's actually a black obsidian sphere. And it's not a bad crystal. It's actually a really great crystal. It's all about spiritual protection and protecting from anything negative coming towards whoever has this type of crystal, and it reverses it and transmutes it back out into a lighter energy. Also, if you use this crystal to meditate, for warning, this crystal can actually bring up some more deep-seated emotions that need to be worked through. And I warn you, the first time I used this, I actually cried during my meditation and couldn't understand why I was crying. So yeah. But anyways, enough with my babble. Your time stamps will be down below for your convenience, and we are also going to do not one but two Rebel Deck pulls from the Rebel Deck at the end for your weekly messages from that deck, okay? And I will see you in a few. If you need any extra time, please go ahead and pause the video, and let's get started. Alrighty, so for my folks who picked Oscar for this week, let's see what we get for a general overview for a theme for the week. These are the Akashic Tarot, so let's see what we get. We have the Oracle of Delphi. We also have the Queen of Roses and Archangel Raphael. So with this, immediately I'm drawn to the Oracle of Delphi. I feel like it's a very high intuitive week for you, and that you will be receiving a lot of messages from your guides and angels and spirit, and that you are definitely going to be seeing a lot of numbers this week for messages that are coming in for you at this time, okay? And then with the Queen of Roses and Archangel Raphael, I feel like some aromatherapy might be needed, because roses can actually rejuvenate you if you are feeling a little bit tired and lift up your spirits a little bit. And I also feel like it's a time of healing for your heart this week as well. And that you're also being asked to slow down just a little bit so that you don't overstress yourself out, and maybe stop and smell the roses is what I'm hearing, okay? This is just a general overall theme, so let's see what else we get. So for your guidance for this week, we have, for some guidance for the theme, we have happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. And dolphins can be seen as messengers, okay? We also have discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. And we also have self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So I feel like with these three cards, an overall message for the theme of guidance is, once you set your mind to something, I feel like you can accomplish anything, and that this will bring you a lot of happiness if you do whatever it is that your heart desires this week, and to take great pride in whatever it is that you're doing as well. Okay? So for what we have for, and this is going to be the bulk of our reading, is if you have any new, if you meet any new soulmate friendships this week, and also what you can do to help your friends out as well, and what they can do for you, is what these messages are going to be for, okay? So we have just be yourself. You're a great person. Enjoy being yourself. We have love heals fear. The power of your love can help bullies and angry people be less afraid. Once I'm done going through these, then I'll go back and let you know exactly what I'm getting for messages with these, okay? We have happy thoughts. To feel happier right now, think about a memory or something else that makes you smile. So right away, what I heard with this was think happy thoughts. Immediately, loud and clear, think happy thoughts. So if I get messages like that in between, I will definitely let you guys know what they are, okay? And then we have it's okay to be different. You don't need to be like everyone else, but I felt drawn to say anyone else. You are perfect just as you are. Then we have happy surprise. Something very good is about to happen. And then we have water. Drink more water, eat foods with water in them, such as fresh fruits and vegetables. So right away, I feel like these two cards go together immediately from what I was drawn to when I pulled these. Well, as I read them for you guys. This is just a message in itself to keep yourself hydrated this week, and to also make sure that those around you are being healthy, and to also keep an eye on their drinking habits as well. So I feel like if somebody's sick this week, definitely make sure that they stay hydrated and have lots and lots of fluids, okay? So just to get that out of the way. Anyways, just be yourself, and it's okay to be different. So I feel like this week that if you meet any new friends or co-workers, that they're going to be not, yeah, that makes sense. They're not going to be your typical cookie cutter type of person. They're going to be very different. And I get the feeling like they also feel like they are the oddball, and they're asking you this week to make sure to make them feel like they are just, that they're normal. Like they're okay to be different, you know? And as well as vice versa. I feel like if someone finds you, or if you feel like you're the oddball in your friend group, I feel like your friends should be actually lifting you up instead of making you feel like an outcast. So it's kind of like a know your circle type of week this week. And also, it's okay to be yourself. Like, you don't have to fit in order to make people like you. If someone's going to like you, then they're going to like you for you, and not like somebody that you're pretending to be, okay? Remember that these messages may not resonate with everybody, but for those it does. That's great. Please let me know down below. And also, please take what resonates and leave the rest if it doesn't. And don't try and force fit it, okay? Then we have happy surprise. I feel like there's going to be a lot of surprises coming in this week for you and your friends. I feel like a night out is going to be coming up. And I feel like you guys are going to have an awesome time as well, is what I'm getting with this. And I feel like a friend is going to give you a gift. So I don't know who that's for, but if someone gives you a gift this week, this is your little bit of a heads up in case you don't like surprises, is what I'm being told. And then we have happy thoughts and love heals fear. So with this, I feel like with the think happy thoughts that I got earlier and love heals fear, I feel like you don't need to, I feel like they're asking you to be more inviting and not so shy around meeting new people and making new friends, okay? And not everyone is out to get you, is what I'm hearing, okay? Just remember that whatever these messages that I'm saying might be just for specific people, so just grain of salt with this, okay? This is kind of like a first trial run with a friend type of reading. But anyways, moving on. Financial advice for the week. For a little bit of extra, even though I have a whole financial reading as well that I just did for the week. In case you guys want to check that out. We have focus on your priorities. I need to slow down for a second. Where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you to feel better and more confident. So with this, I feel like putting everything in order is needed this week, especially with importance. So prioritizing whatever it is, like bill-wise and other funds, is much needed at this time this week, okay? Then we have face your financial fears. When you are honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear. And that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. So with this, I feel like things are going to be just fine for you this week, money-wise, and that there's nothing to like freak out about, especially if you prioritize and follow that list to a T. You will be just fine with your finances this week, okay? Don't go off on a tangent and get all like, ooh, shiny. I must have. That type of thing. I'm guilty, by the way, of that. Very guilty. Just going to put that out there. Alrighty? Then we have abundance mindset. If you think your abundance as... Let me start all over. 1 second. Deep breath in and out. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. So basically, law of attraction, like attracts like, and manifestation. Always speak in the present tense when you are trying to manifest something, especially if you would like to manifest it immediately. You already have that, so that said object, and that is the mindset that they are asking you to have this week. So whatever it is that you are desiring and wishing to manifest, think about it as if you already have it. And I know that that is kind of a difficult thing to do, but if you try and try and try and practice this method, it will automatically work one day and you will just see it right before your eyes. I promise you. I've done it a few times. It doesn't work all the time for me because I tend to have that doubt in the back of my mind, and I have been working and working and working on it. So it does work. It just takes time, okay? So what's the tea for the week this week with our Alice in Wonderland cards? Let's find out, shall we? And these will be the ending theme for you guys. And please remember to stay tuned for the Rebel deck cards. But remember, these cards have cursing in them, so if you're offended, please feel free to skip those, okay? Without further ado, we are all mad here. Everyone is a little different. So this goes back to where is it? The It's Okay to Be Different card. So they are definitely reiterating that to don't feel afraid from what I'm getting, because she looks like she's kind of afraid to be different. Don't feel afraid to be shy, like to be different, and don't be so shy. Know that it's okay to be yourself around these people, especially if you're trying to make new friends and some new friends at work and to kind of like get to know people. You got to try and be yourself just a little bit and open up just a tiny bit, okay? And everything will work out. We have wake up. It's your moment. So this goes well with this, with taking charge and kind of like stepping a little bit out of your comfort zone this week is what's called for, okay? And definitely speaking your truth. And then we have a moment's regret. Nostalgia, idealizing the past, fearing you've made a mistake. So with this, I feel like if you don't speak up now it's going to be a forever hold your peace type of thing. And it could be a regret later on. And you don't want to feel that regret later on. If you hadn't spoken up and said something, especially to your friend that most needs to hear whatever it is you need to say right now. So if someone has a friend out there and you're having like an issue this week, or there's a situation going on that you know something about and you feel the need to say something, please say something, because if you don't, you can regret it later for not telling them and saying, oh, oops, I should have said that sooner, type of deal, okay? These are your messages. I do hope that they resonated with you guys, and I hope you guys have a lovely and wonderful lovely and wonderful week. And I will see you guys at the end for the Rebel Deck messages. Hey, and welcome to card deck number 2. Well, card pile number 2 for those of you who have chose my lovely baby Jasper. Let's see what you guys have for a general over theme for the week. We have the Queen of Forces. So right away I'm getting balance, balance, balance with this, with weighing out your options this week. So I feel like somebody's going to have a choice to make. And that's what I'm getting from this card. And then we have the Queen of Keys and also the Ark of the Covenant. So with this, I feel like speaking your truth is much needed this week, especially with speaking your mind and speaking up and making clear and concise decisions with this card, okay? Especially with that balance card, feel like it goes very well with this, with making a clear and concise decision this week. And then we have Ark of the Covenant. So with this, I feel like having discussions with whoever this choice is about or needs to be made with. I feel like having heart-to-heart talks this week is much needed, especially if it's a current partner or a very close friend or even a housemate or roommate, if that need be. Okay? These are the messages that I'm getting for the theme for the week. And then what guidance can we give you to help you out with that? We have courage, love, and trust. So Courage's card reads, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So speaking your mind is definitely something that's called for this week, and you will definitely have the courage to do this. And to also, I feel drawn to tell you to definitely muster up that courage and speak your truth, okay? We have love. A lot of self-love is needed this week is what I'm getting right away with this card. It says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. I also feel like if you meet any new friends this week, to try and see the good in them and to give them the benefit of the doubt. Because I feel like their first impression's not going to come off as very good this week, okay? For anybody who's meeting new people this week or new coworkers. We have trust. I accept that the inner voice will always guide me correctly. So listen to your intuition. Trust your gut. And go with it, okay? If your gut's telling you to give this person the benefit of the doubt this week, definitely please feel free to do so and know that you are right for doing that. If it is telling you to turn and run, please do so. Or to not even bother with this person, because I've had that feeling come across before. Sometimes I just don't like certain people's energies, and I always find out why I don't like that later, and I am so grateful for listening to my intuition when I do find those out, okay? So let's see what we have that we can help our friends with and that they can help us with, and if there are any new friendship soulmates coming in this week. We have, you'll know in the morning. When you wake up, you'll have a better idea of what to do and relax until then. So I feel like this week, if I had gotten something and I'm trying to remember what it was and explain it the right way. So I need to take a second. So with you'll know in the morning, I feel like if there's been something on your mind that you've been needing to talk to your friend about or a friend about, please do so. But for now, it's not something that's a dire need, and they would like you to take this time to relax, to get your thoughts in order, and to relax and also put yourself in a more calm state of mind so that when you do talk to them about this, if there has been kind of like a falling out a little bit, it'll be easier for you to talk to them when you do the next time, okay? We have one step at a time. Lots of Little steps make big dreams come true. So that goes well with this. One step at a time, one day at a time, and it will help you to put things into a better perspective and to help you also move forward with this friendship so that you can save it instead of burning a bridge. Okay? We have grandparent. You have a special bond with a grandparent that can never be broken. So with this, I feel like this friend is an old soul. I get that some of you have met this person already, and that's how you feel about them. And they're a wise individual, so seek out their guidance this week. And for those who haven't, I feel like an old soul is definitely coming in for you this week for a new friendship, and that they are going to be a very wise individual. So pay attention for that, okay? Then we have family culture. Learn more about your family stories and history. So I feel like when you're getting to know this new person, this old soul, their family culture, I feel, is going to have a big part of why they are the way they are and how mature they are. And getting to know them is going to be an awesome time for you. And I feel like they're going to be just like family for you, kind of like a soul family type of issue. Not issue, but a soul family bond, will be coming in for you. So heads up on them people who want to meet their soul family members, because we have someone coming in for you this week, is what I'm being told. True. What I just said is true. Yes, what you're asking about is the truth. So I feel like with this card, it answers everything we just said. And yes, I can admit when I'm wrong. So please don't take it that I'm saying that whatever I say is the end all be all, because it is not. It is clearly not. So just please remember to take whatever resonates and leave the rest. That's all we're going to say, and we're going to leave it at that. And keep it moving. Then we have practice. The best way to be good at a skill is to practice, practice, practice until you get it right. So with this, I feel like when talking to someone, I feel like someone out there feels like they tend to say the wrong things all the time and that they have a hard time getting it right. And it puts a damper on some friendships and making a good first impression. I feel like the more you talk to people and the more you relax around them, the better off it'll be, and the more practice at it you'll get, and the more friends you will notice that you will have over time, okay? And that's all I'm getting for this one. So for some extra financial guidance, and I do have a financial reading that is up in case you would like to go and check that out. I will link it below for those who are interested in it. We have cooperation instead of completion. Let me bring those down a little bit because they're probably a little bit out of focus. We have we have what's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete, as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. So I feel like some teamwork is needed this week at work and also at home with your partner, considering your finances, and that if you work together and put your money together, that you will have twice the abundance is what I'm hearing and being told, okay? Clearly that's kind of like common sense when I say that, but just to put it into perspective for some who really haven't thought about it much. Unlimited ideas. Whatever ideas are coming in for you at this time, know that they are divinely guided and that they are your aha moment this week. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas. Granted to bring blessings. I can't speak tonight. All you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. So keep a positive mindset to help you manifest whatever these ideas are, and to also put these ideas into action immediately if you can. No more complaining. I get somebody's been procrastinating all week for the past couple of weeks at least about doing something. Get off your butt, Go do whatever it is that you've been putting off, because it needs to be done, is what they're saying. And know that we love you. And it's okay, because I procrastinate too. All day long do I procrastinate. I kid you not. Guilty. Anyway, this card reads, complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. Remember, speaking positively will help you manifest quicker. So let's see what we get for the tea for the week from the Alice in Wonderland cards for some extra guidance overall. We have nonsense. It's time to talk sense. So this week they're saying that common sense is definitely called for this week, and also speaking your truth instead of holding back, and to make clear and concise choices, because I'm really attracted to the Queen of Hearts in this, especially emotionally. If you need to make an emotional choice in your love relationship at home, or to have heart-to-heart talks, this is what's called for at this time. Instead of putting it off, you need to speak up. We have find the lesson, discover the purpose in a situation, trust that you are learning. With this card, I feel like there's going to be a lot of lessons learned this week, especially financially, with putting things into perspective and also prioritizing. Okay? And to also see things for what they are is what I'm getting. And then we have such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality, and coming home. So with this, I feel like no lollygagging and sitting on your butt at home wishing shoulda, coulda, woulda, especially if you're looking for a job. Jobs aren't going to come knocking to you unless you put a resume out there and you kind of like really pursue it. When you are looking for a job, it's best to follow through and check in. For those of you who haven't really had jobs out there, like if you're of the younger crowd, because I do know that some of you guys are a lot younger than I am and don't really have a whole lot of job experience yet. It's for my teenagers out there. For the others, I feel like a lot of daydreaming has been going on and a lot of romanticizing. That's not a bad thing. It'll also help you call in and manifest that soulmate that you've been wanting, especially with positive affirmations. These are your messages. Please stay tuned for the Rebel Deck messages, and please remember that that deck has cursing in it. So if you are offended by any profanity or swear or foul language, please remember to skip that and know that I love you. And thanks you so much for watching and liking and subscribing to my videos. Alrighty, for my loves who chose the big black ball of doom, or the otherwise known as the AKA version of the black obsidian sphere. Let's see what we get for you guys for this week's guidance. So we're going to start off with the overall theme for the week and what we most need to know right now. So we have the waterfall, go with the flow, immediately off the bat with what I hear with this. And then we also have fated meeting. Ooh, somebody's got a soulmate coming in. I feel it, I see it, and I hear it. And it's divinely timed because I'm really attracted to the clock over here, okay? And then we have caught in the ruins. So I feel like with this, some of you guys feel a little bit cut off and trapped lately. Please know that this will pass and that things will work out fine and that you will get out of feeling so stuck this week, okay? So that's your theme for the overall. And let's see what kind of guidance we get to help you out with this, okay? We have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Be honest with your spouse. Yeah, definitely be honest with your spouse. You really need to do that. But anyway, I kid. Be honest with yourself is what I was trying to say. And what I heard immediately. Also, speak your truth is much needed this week for some guidance. Then we have pride. Remember, self-pride will also help you get out of this whole feeling stuck feeling, okay? I love myself, and I see myself in everyone. Know that you are just as good as the next person, and that you are kind and loved, very loved. And you are also very smart. You just need to have a little bit more confidence in yourself. So pick your chin up. You got this. And then we have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So with this, for those out there who have lost something or someone, you have my deepest condolences, and my heart and prayers go out to you. Also with this, I feel like if you are feeling down, that this too shall pass for you is what I'm getting with this card, okay? Kind of like what I said with that, the Caught in the Ruins card. It goes identically with this, with feeling grief and feeling like you were stuck and feeling kind of like down and out and trapped and like you've been cut off from everything in the world. I know that some of those who have lost someone feel deeply cut off because you felt like it was too soon. And I completely understand and sympathize wholeheartedly with that. And I know how much and how hard it is to try and move past these things and how long it's going to take, because there's no amount of time limit. There just isn't. But with each and every passing day, know that it will get better. And it does get easier. It just takes a while. So have lots of patience, okay? Moving on. So let's see what we get for our friendship cards this week. Maybe a friend of yours can help you out with this grief and this loss that you are feeling this week. And also if you have any new soulmate friendships coming in. I feel like with this new love that's coming in, I feel like it's going to be a soulmate that's been a friend of yours for a very long time, or they are going to be a friend first, and then it will develop later on, is what I'm hearing for some. Definitely yes. The answer to your question is a strong yes. So with that, I feel like it's definitely a yes to everything I just said, because it's a confirmation from me. For those that it resonates with, for those that it does not, please know that you are not supposed to make this fit into your life. If this resonates for you, great. If it doesn't, just take what does and leave the rest, as we always say. We have brothers and sisters. To get along with others, see the love and the best within them. So with this, I feel like you have a friendship that is like your brother or your sister, because they are that close to you. And I feel like this person is going to be a great resource to help you through whatever issues you are going through at this time this week. And also vice versa, for you to help them with any issues or losses that they've dealt with this week, okay? Believe in yourself. See yourself doing well, and you will. So I feel like a little bit of motivation for your friends, and them vice versa for you, is called for this week. And to also lean on them if you need to for any kind of like motivation, as a kind of like a pick-me-up, okay? We have pets. Our pets are our best friends, especially my puppy Ellie. She is my best baby. She is my fur baby. She is my best friend. And she is one of my soulmates. I don't care what anybody says. She's my baby. And I love her. It says you love and understand animals. So if you have a pet, then you understand exactly what I just said. And that they are your best friends. And I feel like somebody might be getting a new pet this week. So there you go. New fur babies for everyone. We have talk about your feelings. Tell a friend how you feel. Even if it's your pet, they still understand you, because their little head likes to cock back and forth and say, I'm listening, but I don't understand a word you're saying. But I'm listening. At least that's what I feel with my dog. She listens intently. Her little ears perk up and her little head turns back and forth. And then her tail starts going and she's like, okay. And she knows when it's bedtime too. It's funny because I always say, let's go. And then she'll get up and she'll run with me and she'll go lay down with me in bed. It's awesome. She's like my little human, but she's a fur baby. Anyway, moving on. Talk about your friends. So, with this card, I feel like talking to your friends is most needed this week, especially for someone out there who really needs someone to lean on at this time, especially vice versa, with them with you. I feel like having heart-to-heart conversations are most called for this week with this card. And then we have let go of stress. Don't take other people's stress. Don't take on other people's stress. Breathe it out now. Ready? In and out. If you feel the need to do it again like that, by all means. I'm just kidding around. Make it a little bit light. Get a little bit out of this heavy energy that I'm feeling right now. This crystal can tend to bring that up. So that's probably why I chose it for this card set, because it goes perfect with bringing up the deep-seated issues that need to be resolved and healed at this time for you guys, okay? So for those of you that chose this reading or this pile, there's your reason. That's why you felt drawn to it, is what I'm going to guess. Anyways, let go of stress. Let your friends help you through these times and vice versa. You need to help them as well if they are the ones that are having the situation. And that's all I'm getting from these cards for this week, okay? So let's get a little bit of extra financial guidance, because I have a financial reading that I just put up for weekly finances this week. So I will put that link below in case you guys are interested in watching that. We have organized for success. So with this, it's a big theme this week is prioritizing your finances and your bills and X, Y, and Z financially. Getting everything in order, getting all your ducks in a row, because Black Friday is coming up, and we definitely need to figure out how we're going to have some money for Black Friday shopping. Anyway, so organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your financials will help you know and plan your next action steps. So that goes perfectly with what I just said. We have quiet retreat. It is time to disconnect from all the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. So with this, I feel like taking some time to yourself to put everything into perspective and organizing out what needs to be done first is what's called for this week. Clearing debts. Your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. So I feel like once you've organized everything this week and situated everything out, I feel like you will pretty much be heading into debt-free territory with this, or feeling that way anyways, because then you'll see exactly how much free money you have left over to get all crazy with on Black Friday. So that's what I'm getting with this, okay? So let's see what kind of tea messages we have for overall messages of the week for some extra overall guidance. We have forget who you are. Conditioning falls away. Memory no longer defines you. So with this, I feel like breaking the mold from what I hear immediately with this and stepping out of the box. Think outside the box and step outside your comfort zone is what I'm getting with this week, especially with your finances. If there's something new and creative that you think may or may not work, do a trial run. But don't actually spend the money just yet. Kind of like think about how it might actually go first. And then contemplate it some more. And if you feel like it's going to work, knock yourself out. But just think before you act, okay? We have nature communication, flowering energies, fairy energies, elemental messengers. So with this, I feel like slow down a little bit this week. Take everything in. Put everything into process and contemplate, okay? And take time to smell the roses is what I'm getting immediately with this card. And then we have Never Jam Today. Promises that never come to be. Empty words, not living in the now. So with this, I feel like it's all about manifestation with this card. And remember, like attracts like, and negative thoughts do not help you with manifesting. Think as if you already have these objects, and it will help to come about. And also practice with these so that you can practice positive thoughts, and it will help you with your manifestation along the way. And these are all your messages I get. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into the Rebel decks in just a second. All those who do not like profanity or cursing, please remember that this deck portion is optional. And know that I love you, and thank you guys so much for joining me this week and liking and subscribing to my videos. All right. The moment y'all been waiting for with this double Rebel deck pull. Let's get into it and get some cheeky guidance for some ending messages for your week. I'm going to shuffle these live on camera, and let's see what we get. This one really wants to come out, so we'll go with that. Whoop, that's too many. Let's see what we get from the next deck. Everybody wants to come out on the bottom. This. All right, let's see what we got. We have Check Yourself. You're playing with fire. And then we have You Look Like a Shit Show. You're a hot mess. Fact. Clean yourself up. So with this, I feel like they're asking you not to mess around too much, and also to don't go from the frying pan jumping into the fire this week. So if your gut's telling you no, don't do it. It's for a reason. That's what I'm getting with these. And then we have fuck your job. Yes, work is important. Your partner is more important. So a little bit of more one-on-one time is needed this week with some balance for your home and family life and also your work life. And then we have step away from the crazy making diet for a hot second. Kale, spirulina, or scale. Kale and spirulina taste like ass. Want to say it all as one word? Sure. Eat some yummy shit. Bacon, chocolate, beer, get some. Yeah, I had both those earlier today, but I don't drink beer. That's disgusting. It's gross. I'm sorry for those who like it. I don't. It's just, blech. Tried it. Can't do it. Just can't do it. And I know it's an acquired taste. But with this, I feel like do not deprive yourself this week is what's being asked and called for this week. As well as balance between work and home life. And then we have want shit to be different. Change yourself first. And then we have fucking apologize. With seriously, just do it. So with this, I feel like the definition of insanity of doing the same thing again and again and again, expecting a different result is what's coming to mind. And they are asking you to stop and apologize to yourself for doing some seriously dumb, crazy stuff. Especially if it's just not working for you. Put it down, step away from the crazy making shit. And try it a different way. Think smarter, not harder. These are your cheeky messages I get for you guys this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful and amazing week. Thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing to my videos, especially those if you are new here and you like these videos. Thank you so much for considering to subscribe to us and joining our happy family. Thank you guys. Have a blessed one and have a great week. And see you next week.